Hi everybody. Let me just check that I can see comments. Come on, here we go. Okay, if you get on, give a shout and say hey. And if you're watching on the replay, just drop replay in the comments so I know. We're doing a pretty simple project tonight. This is our new Get It Done transfer. And I'm using a board and base. This is one of the older ones. The older ones have the darker wood. The newer ones, the wood is more of an oak mapley color. So it's a lighter wood. And then I'm using candy apple, creamy dreamy paste, and bright white paste. These are both the new formula pastes. And I also have, let me just turn down this so I don't get an echo. There we go. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, this is all ready to go. I just actually took this out of the package, so we don't even have to wipe that down. We're going to open up our transfer and fuzz. And this is our fuzzing cloth. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can use a terry cloth towel. It will work just as well. With new transfers, they're super sticky, so you want to make sure that you get some of the fuzz off of them, especially if you're going to be doing glass or metal. Just get a little bit of that fuzz. That way it pulls off easier when you're done. And the board and base actually comes apart, so you can actually do a design either direction and it'll sit in there either way. When you're doing this, you just want to make sure you get closer to the top, so when you put it in the base, your design is not blocked. That looks pretty. It's not quite even. So just line your stencil or your transfer up. It's like a stencil, but it's actually a silkscreen transfer. So these are reusable. You can rinse them off. You just want to make sure that when you're rinsing, you get all of the paste out of these open areas where the silkscreen is. Okay, smooth it down. Make sure you don't have any bubbles. I've got a couple pieces of, you want to fuzz it, but you don't want to get it too linty, otherwise. Okay, that's good. That's better. Okay. So I'm actually going to do a different, I'm going to do sort of an ombre technique with this one. So I'm going to start with the red, and these are upside down, so they may be stuck to the, actually let me do this first. My jars were upside down, so these are brand new. I just got these today or yesterday. So I just wanted to try and get some of the paste off of the top thing, but I probably just made it worse. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to use some of what's on here. So you can see this is our new formula. It's super creamy. You don't really have to mix it. Okay, so I am going to just cover a little bit of this. Like, I'm going to take it down to maybe here, then scrape off the extra. Actually, we're going to need a little bit on there. Right about there, we'll need a little bit before we scrape it. Okay, and then we have white. And I'm going to do the same thing, except for the white, I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm leaving this little gap here. And I'm going to take my finger and pull some of this in here. And I'm just going to go and kind of pull in the white with the red. And the white's probably going to get completely overwhelmed by the red, but it should still give us kind of a different effect. Okay, now once you do that, grab a paper towel, take one of your squeegees and scrape off your extra. Just don't put it back in the jar, obviously, because it's now going to be mixed. Okay. And that's it. Pull it up. And it's done. And I always keep a little pan of water next to me so I can wipe down my transfer right away so the paste doesn't dry on there. 1 second. Okay. And it's not quite perfectly clean, but let me move this out of the way 1 second, just so I can show you guys. See, once you take the water to it, I used one of our board erasers just to wipe the paste off, and I'm going to go around it again, trying to get that extra, but as long as your silk screen areas are clear and you can see how easily it comes clean, your transfer just has to sit to dry, lay it face up, or the adhesive face up, and then let it dry, and then you're ready to use it again. Okay, so, whoops, let me grab the base for this. Okay, and then this is double-sided, so if you had another transfer, you could wait till this dries, and then once it dries, you can flip it and use it the other side. And that's it. It's done. All right, so I will see you tomorrow night with another project. Have a great night, guys.